Let's make the machines work for us model railroaders. Today I'm using artificial intelligence, or AI, to make customizing your model railroad a bit easier. When AI started making news, my first thought was, how could it be used in model railroading? Okay, my actual first thought was Skynet is here and the machines are taking over, but my second thought was the model railroading one. I've done a lot of Arduino projects for model railroading, and one of, if not the biggest hurdle for many of us is writing their own custom code so that we can make our own custom lighting and animations for our model railroads. AI has made it a whole lot easier. Let me show you how.
This is ChatGPT. You've probably heard this a bunch of times. You may have gotten into and done some things. You may have not. It's a really cool tool that you can use for a lot of different things. But I wanted to see if it can make programming Arduinos to do things for model railroading easier. So we're going to start off with some basic things where we're going to ask it to do a few things for Arduinos that a lot of times we like for customization of layouts. So let's go ahead and start with a simple one. Let's ask it to make an Arduino sketch that makes a campfire. And here we are, it's done this. Let's go ahead and copy the code. We have a new sketch here for Arduino. So what we're going to do is we're going to just paste that. We copied that in and pasting that in, and there we go. And now we can check it. So this is great, but it doesn't tell you where to hook up your LED. So let's just ask. So there you go. It tells you exactly what to do, what to wire it up, and where to hook it up to. So I can go ahead and upload this into my Arduino. And I can hook it up to pin 9. And we get a nice flickering and campfire effect.
So that was pretty dang easy, but let's throw another wrench into it.
Okay, so let's add in a second LED to this and just see how it works. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask it to simulate some lightning using 2 LEDs. Let's copy the code. All right, that seems a little bit intense, so we're going to need to bring it down just a little bit. Now what you're seeing me do here is basically, instead of recoding it and going into the code, I'm just asking ChatGPT to do adjustments to the code and describing them in plain language. So all I'm doing is asking, can you make the lights flash more random? Can you make it flash a random number of times? Can you make it flash first whichever one at random? So a bunch of different things I'm just asking it so that it can continue to modify it. So I'm not really coding here at all. I'm asking it, and ChatGPT is interpreting what I'm saying and coding based on that. So it's a pretty cool and simplistic way to code. And those are some nice lightning flashes.
Still, it didn't seem to break a sweat. Let's try something more model railroad centric.
We're going to have it create a railroad crossing signal that has a single detection zone that can pick up when a train is in that detection zone. So think of this for current sensing. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, I also love how this just explains everything to you. So what we're going to do here is, first of all, we're going to copy the code, we're going to paste it, and you can see we have a nice flashing railroad crossing light that is very reminiscent of it. Okay, so we need to add in the detection zone. change that code out, upload it. Seems to be doing the opposite of what we want. So let's go take a look back at this. So right now it's saying if the sensor value equals high, that's what's going to turn it on. So what we need to do is say that the opposite of that. So we'll say upload it. All right.
We all have this idea of computers working like in Star Trek and their interactions being intuitive, but now it's actually happening, and that makes it easier to do things like code in Arduino to run animations on model railroads. Now, to be completely fair, it did stumble a bit when I asked for 2 separate sensors for the crossing and to use them as a detection zone. I would say that you can count on this program getting you about 75 to 80% of the way there. You still need to know how to wire things and what to look for in the code, but in terms of writing the code from scratch, your model railroad animations just got a whole lot easier. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, I'm Jimmy from the DIY and Digital. Stay safe, be kind, and happy railroading.